What's cooking? Today I'm in the kitchen with John Rivers from Four Rivers Smokehouse and the Coop. Thanks for being here with us again.
My pleasure.
You know, there's nothing like being in the kitchen during the holidays. That was a lot of fun, but also after the holidays, because sometimes we have leftovers and we don't know what to do with those leftovers. We got a turkey, we got a lot of ham. What are you going to do with all that leftover turkey?
Well, one of my very favorite dishes is pot pie.
I love pot pie too.
Growing up, it was all the frozen pot pie.
Yeah, right.
It wasn't until later in life that I actually learned that there was a difference.
A real homemade
there
pot
are other
pie.
options out there. So we're going to make a pot pie today using a lot of our leftover turkey, which you have typically a good amount of after the holiday. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my base of the pot pie. So I started with a little bit of butter, and I'm going to saute my onions first, get those going. And then I put the most dense vegetables in first. So I'm going to go onion, then I'm going to put a little celery and my carrot, so that starts to cook down a little bit. Now, I think we spoke about it one time before, but you put your garlic in, toward the end. Because if you put it, you don't want it to scorch and burn, because then it turns bitter.
Bitter, yes.
So you never put it in at the same time that you do with your actual onion. And I'll tell you, once you hit it with a little bit of that garlic, that's when the fragrance starts to hit.
Good, yes.
And actually, that's the point that you want to go ahead and stop and then move on, because it doesn't take that long. I'm going to add a little salt and a little bit of pepper to it. Now you want to cook this down until your onions get translucent. Now from there, I'm going to start adding some more flavor to it. And I don't add my herbs and stuff until toward the end, otherwise they'll cook out and you lose some. So I like a little bit of thyme in mine. And a trick to getting the thyme leaves off, you hold it at the top like that, and you just run your finger straight down it.
Oh, very good.
And it pulls them off for you that way. And it saves you a lot of time.
So, no pun intended, or maybe it was intended. So the thyme, you don't want to put the big stem in there. You just want the little leaves in there.
Yes. Now, if you're making a stock or something, you can put those in there and you're just fine. But I don't think people like those, in their teeth. So
well, there's no time for that.
Oh, here we go. And I put a little bit of sage in there.
Now, sage is kind of a hickory smoke or a smoky taste, no?
It is. Well, paprika is your real your smoky flavor. Sage is definitely something that you associate with the holidays. Yes. And turkey, and which goes great. That's why we're putting in here, because we're going to use our nice smoked turkey.
So where did you get the chicken stock?
We make a chicken stock.
You make your own chicken stock?
Yes, you can. It's super easy to do.
Or you can buy it in a carton.
Yes, you can buy it in a carton. And I like the ones in the carton versus the can. Yes. It has a little bit more pure flavor to it. Now, the thing about making your stock here, it's all layering. You're going to start building up. So
I wondered why you didn't put everything in all at once.
You want to get all the flavors to come out. Now, if you did throw it all in at one time, it wouldn't taste the same.
Wow.
Absolutely would not taste the same.
Good.
So now, for the sake of the show and our time, we don't have time to cook it all the way down. But I would boil this really hard, and get that chicken stock to really start to evaporate. So I'm going to put it on high so it starts to move a little bit. Now, you can put in any vegetable. That's a beautiful thing about a pot pie. You put anything you like to in there. I like a little bit of corn in ours. It gives us a nice pretty.
Now, fresh corn, canned corn, does it matter?
If you're not going to use fresh, go frozen. The frozen corn is so much better.
I've heard that, because it doesn't have all the sodium and it keeps maybe more of the nutrients in there. Okay, good. Good lessons we're learning.
Instead of putting all your salt and pepper in at one time, spread it out a little bit. And you want it just to start easing into here and coming out. Now, I have an aversion to peas, but you got to have green in there. So we do this at the Coop. This is one of our most popular items that we have there. And so I will use some of our green beans.
Now, see, your green beans are not like everybody's green beans, because you put some really good stuff in your green beans, right?
We do. We put some ham hocks and some really good flavor.
That makes a difference.
But you don't have to.
But why not?
I
like the flavor.
I'm with you for it, absolutely. I'm going to put a little bit more, and we put just a touch of cayenne in there, just to give it a little bit of a kick, but really,
not
cayenne,
much kick.
Not much at all.
Because really, this is comfort food. This is a real southern kind of food, so I can't imagine having it too spicy.
Exactly. This just gives you balance.
We're not in Texas right now, John.
No, we're not
in the
Texas.
South, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to let that now. Typically, I would let this go for about 10 minutes. And really heat up and get me some nice heat. And then I'm going to thicken it up. I'm going to thicken it up with a few different items. First, I'm going to put a little bit of cream in there.
This is heavy whipping cream or just cream?
I use a half and half.
Half and half.
Yeah. Heavy whipping is just a little too thick for me. But a half and half is nice. And if you want it a little bit on the lighter side, just use a milk.
Okay.
Yeah, but you definitely will compromise a little bit of the texture by doing so. All right, so once I put that in, and go ahead and put our turkey in too. All my flavors are coming together. Now this is a smoked turkey. You can use any turkey that you have left over from Thanksgiving.
But you actually smoke your turkey at home? Your personal,
well,
not
your family
not at
turkey? Home anymore. You know, it's funny. Thanksgiving is our busiest season, and we will sell 800 turkeys.
Wow.
Smoked turkeys this year. And when it comes time for Thanksgiving Day, the last thing I want to do is cook.
That's true. That's a good point. That is so funny.
Now, here's where a lot of people will get in trouble. They want to get this thicker, right?
Yes.
So we put our cream in there, and a lot of people will just take flour and add it to it. And what happens is, just like you were talking about earlier, you get little baby dumplings in there, and that's really not what you want. Two ways to offset that. One, you can take a sifter and put that over it, and just sift it in there while you're stirring it. That does a great job. Or I took half of my butter, okay, and I'm going to add my flour to this, okay, and just take a fork, and I'm just going to combine these two and just press it down.
Okay.
And what I'm going to make is a nice paste.
Yes.
In doing so. And then what I'll do is I'll take the paste and then I'll add that into it.
And so you're telling me that paste added to that will not turn into a big old biscuit dumpling. No dumplings.
The butter acts, it kind of distributes it, the flour for you.
Okay.
And to make this work and make it a little easier, you really want this to be room temp, so it just falls apart for you.
Right.
And you see how it all just starts to come together like that. And if you keep doing it, especially if it is softer in room temp, it'll get nice and smooth for you. Then you just take that.
Oh, lovely.
And you put it in, and the butter is now your friend. It's helping you move all that flour around, so no dumplings.
My cute little dad used to make our gravy for us every year before he went to heaven, and he would just, I thought dumplings, you're supposed to have little dumplings in your gravy. That's how I was brought up, John. I don't think my parents knew about this little secret.
Oh,
so
that's funny.
Thanks for sharing those secrets with us. Yeah, I don't see any dumplings in your gravy.
And you just keep going, and I'm going to let this cook for another 10 or 15 minutes. And again, all we're doing is we're layering, layering. Now,
looks yummy.
Important thing is to smell when you cook.
Okay, and it smells
smell yummy. When you cook, absolutely. So now this will thicken up.
Okay.
The more the flour begins to break down and distribute. So now after it's cooked down, you want to take it and just simply put in little cups.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Later, now we use these. You can use something much nicer, you know, and put in like that. Now, we use, at the Smokehouse, we make like a biscuit topping that goes on it, and people really like that. And you can use a pre-made biscuit. We make our own.
Of course.
Or you can, my wife really likes the pastry shells.
Okay.
That, you know, just get a frozen Pillsbury one.
Whatever you use.
And put that on top.
All right, shall we see the finished product?
Yes.
Voila.
Yes, please.
Through the magic of television, we have a delicious turkey pot pie. Let me put it out here so everybody can see it. It is delicious looking.
I'll give you a nice plate.
All right.
And you know, this is, it's a whole meal all in one little pot, in one little pan, and all your flavors are right here. And I would love for you to do the honors.
This is bad news, John. bad news for me. Well, I've got to get through to the good stuff down here. Maybe I do want a little bit of that crust.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so.
John Rivers, Four Rivers Smokehouse and the Coop, thank you so much for being here with us today. Delicious pot pie recipe, which will hopefully be on our website. So go there and find it. It's yummy. Thank you.
All right.